Today, we are closing the market for military-grade assault weapons in Canada.
Oh bordel de merde. So, as many of you have probably heard, the glorious leader of Canada has decided to use his power when no one's around to question him and ban a whole slew of rifles, just to make Canadian communities safer. Because, you know, a guy without a license getting guns and going on a rampage will absolutely be stopped by harsh words the next time around. I had to go through that cancer, and now so will you. Send your bill to Trudeau.
Today, we are closing the market for military-grade assault weapons in Canada.
Well, putting aside the fact that military-grade assault weapon is a stupid made-up term that does not apply to anything, I guess at least the libs finally learned the definition of assault rifle, have you had a look at what your troops are using? I know that would take precious navel-gazing time, but the military don't have rifles as good as the civilians, and you included some bolt-action and shotguns on the list for some mystical reason. Also, the presence on this list of the SIG 550 series, something the RCMP has tried to ban for no reason in 2014 before being struck down by Parliament, makes me think this is revenge from the incompetent Bill Blair, the Minister of Public Safety. And we, not we, you. There was no vote on this is entirely you.
We are banning 1,500 models and variants of these firearms by way of regulations.
Except there was no regulation. First you tried to sneak in a registry in Bill C-71, something your party promised not to do when the federal registry got scrapped, then pretended C-71 could be amended in the middle of the reviewing process to include your ban, then elections, then COVID happened, suspending all democratic process in Parliament, in which your party does not even hold half of the seats, so now you're jumping on the occasion using the equivalent of an executive order to ram through a ban that is going to cost thousands of people their jobs and force a bunch of business servicing and building AR-15s and other rifles to close doors while doing absolutely nothing for safety.
These weapons were designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to kill the largest number of people in the shortest amount of time.
No, they're not, you muppet. A gun function is to throw a projectile. That's it, that's all. You can discharge just as fast with any semi-automatic, be it an AR, a SIG, or an SKS. What you do with it is entirely up to the user. Even the 5.56x45, the caliber mostly concerned by your ban, is not designed for lethality. It was designed for volume of fire. Also, are you really stupid enough to pretend manufacturers are going to make something with that marketing line? How the fuck can people even rationalize that? And while I'm at it, there are over 20 million of ARs inside the US. There has been only 13 mass shootings using it since 1982, according to Mother Jones. If the purpose is really to kill as many people as possible, why the hell do you think they are not used for that?
For many families, including many Indigenous people, firearms are part of traditions passed down through generations.
So let me get this straight. A few months ago, police conducted a raid on a reserve, found many prohibited items including grenades, a Browning M2 machine gun, and now you're going to tell me, and everyone not Indigenous enough, that our rights to property and self-preservation get to be trampled, but you are going to ignore whatever natives are doing. Holy crap, I think I need to ask Elizabeth Warren for tips.
There is no use and no place for such weapons in Canada.
Oh really? So are you going to tell me that all the cops and the military are not going to send their guns to the smelter? Of course not. When it's your goons, then it's all good.
And the vast majority of gun owners use them safely, responsibly, and in accordance with the law.
So you're admitting yourself you're terrorist of no other purpose than your own. Got it. Also, don't expect much compliance for that shit.
Whether it be for work, sport shooting, for collecting, or for hunting. But you don't need an AR-15 to bring down a deer.
I collect everything from early smokeless powder to modern rifles, and I hunt with an AR-10. Nor you, nor anybody else get to tell me what I can and cannot use. Also takes your moralizing stare someplace else. You've been blamed twice for ethics violation and everyone knows you're a joke.
So, effective immediately, it is no longer permitted to buy, sell, transport, import, or use military-grade assault weapons in this country.
So to wrap it all up, you have made yet another nonsensical law that still does not do anything to address crime, infringes on property rights, discriminate between citizens based on the race, and destroying multiple companies and jobs dealing with AR-15 and AR-10 production. Good job, dude.
That's fucking stupid. I mean, really, what is wrong with these people?
If you've made it this far into my first video ever, thank you very much for bearing with me. If you'd like more videos in the future, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and leave a comment if you got any ideas. I'm not Justin Castro, I don't cry easily. Salut, bonsoir!